Thanks for joining me today. My name is Devon from Declutter with Devon, and I wanted to talk today about the 2020 decluttering rule. So, first, we're going to talk about when to use the 2020 rule. Next, we're going to talk about what the 2020 rule actually is. And then we're going to talk about some examples of items that you could get rid of with the 2020 rule. And lastly, I'm going to talk about what to do if you're struggling to implement the 2020 rule. So if you've heard of it, but you just can't seem to make it happen. So when to use the 2020 rule. So first of all, we have lots of items in our homes, many thousands of items, and some of them are sentimental and they're very meaningful. You're keeping them because a loved one, they're from a loved one, they're from a special day, they're, from a friend or remind you of a friend. Sentimental items are not appropriate for the 2020 rule. The 2020 rule is good for everyday items that people use all the time, every day, and are just easily obtainable. Okay, so I'm thinking of bathroom items, linen closet items, kitchen items, and then a lot of the small kind of bric-a-brac stuff that you have around your home. Those are the kinds of items that are good for the 2020 rule. A question that I like to think of to ask along with the 2020 rule is how often do I use it? Right? So I'm not one of those strict people where if you haven't used it in a year, you definitely have to get rid of it. But if you're not using it very often, that's where the 2020 rule can come in and be helpful. If you're using something every day, you're not going to want to use the 2020 rule. Okay, so what is it? The 2020 rule is that most items, and this is a rule from the minimalists, two guys, the minimalists, most items can be gotten within 20 minutes of your home for $20 or less. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about next is when you would not use the rule. If you live in a rural area where there are not stores in your area, where it's very difficult to get items. I had a friend once and she was doing a park ranger internship at a federal park. And she had to drive like 2 hours to a grocery store. There was just nothing because they were way up in the mountains in the park. So she would not want to implement the 2020 rule. You want to implement this if you're in an area where there are stores within 20 or 30 minutes of your home and they have things that you need. I mentioned sentimental items. And then also if there's sort of specialty items that are like hard to obtain or hard to find. So, an example, I was just thinking of this, but our sink faucet started leaking. And because of the brand of faucet we have, my husband went to the store to buy a little replacement piece to go inside the faucet. This is in our kitchen so that it would stop leaking. But because of the brand we have, he had to go to a second hardware store to get it because it's not interchangeable with everyone. So, something like that. If there's a specialty item that you can't just get anywhere, that's when you're not going to want to use the 2020 rule. Okay, so this is for decluttering. You're thinking, should I keep this item? Okay, do I use it often? Not really. Okay, can I apply the 2020 rule, right? Another question that you can ask yourself is, would you know you have it, right? So if you're thinking like, oh, I really want to keep it, a lot of times I talk about just in case items. These are those just in case items. I might need it. I haven't used it, but I might need it. So those just in case items, you want to ask yourself, would I even know I have it, right? Because if you wouldn't even think that you would have it, there's no point in keeping it. And if you think you would know that you would have it, where is the first place that you would look for it? That's where you should put it for its home. Okay, so it's hard, every person is different. And instead of everyone's, light bulb should go here in the house, I think it's more important to consider for yourself, where's the first place you would look for it? And then that's where you want to put it. I pulled some examples of items that I think the 2020 rule would apply for. And I was pulling out items from the first aid. And I was laughing because this one actually, I hurt my finger over a year ago. 2 years ago? 2 years ago. And I used this. They told me, get this stuff, use it. It's like sticks to itself. It's very nice. And I haven't touched it in 2 years. So I think I can throw it away. This kind of stuff sometimes just builds up in the first aid cabinet. I have seen some very large first aid collections. And a lot of times, you have an injury, you're using these special sized gauze patches, but the next time you need them, you need the other size, or you need the waterproof ones, or you need a different tape. So it's that, a lot of that stuff, it's just a few dollars and you can probably rebuy it if you need it in the future. So those are good. I pulled out a hair clip. Sometimes people have extensive hair collections, if you have cheap costume jewelry. Again, if you haven't used it in a long time, you don't really think you're going to use it, but it's like, maybe I'll use it. That's when you want to apply the 2020 rule. Like, okay, if I have too many hair clips to fit in my hair clip area, I can get rid of this, and I know I could get more if I needed it. I pulled out a wire. Many of us have extensive collections of these also. You want to save a couple of each shape, maybe a long one and a short one, or a white one and a black one. But other than that, if you're receiving charging cables with all your items, you probably are building up a collection. And that would be something that's very available if you needed. I pulled out cleaning cloths. I think that's another one. It's just like, how many do you have? You can definitely get or make more cleaning cloths if you really needed them. I also was pulling out a little paper pad. A lot of times we get these for free from various places. And, just how many do you have? If you have enough, it's okay to let go of the rest because you probably can get it again if you needed it. Some other items, I've just pulled out lotion. If you have a lot of little lotions, they're mostly gone. Let them go. You can definitely get more lotion. I pulled out a little plastic toy. Again, I think this rule applies for a lot of the small things in our home. Some people really love books, and I love books too, but I love the library. But sometimes books can be, they're very available from the library, but also to buy again. So unless it's a rare or out of print book, that could be an item. And then these were napkins. These actually came from a client's home. She decided to declutter them. But, sometimes entertaining supplies, we buy them for that one party or that one event. And then if you had extra or didn't use them, and then now 2 years has gone by and you haven't needed them. That's probably a just in case item. If you were going to have a new party, you probably would have a different theme and you'll go out and buy the napkins again. So remembering that, would I even know I had it question. I was trying to think of a story of people letting go of items for the 2020 rule, and I shared a couple, but honestly, it's hard to come up with a story because these are the items that you get rid of and never even think about again. Because if you needed it again, you would just run to the grocery store, the drugstore, kind of the everything store nearby and grab it. I had a recent client, though, we were working on their pantry, and they had a giant bin of koozies. I wish I just dropped it off at the charity place like yesterday, but they probably had 50 koozies in a bin in their pantry, just taking up space. And I'm like, well, how often do you use those? And, they said, well, we use the same 3 all the time, and that's it. They just received free koozies, threw them in the bin. So kind of looking around for stuff like that you don't necessarily need, that's just building up, that you could easily get again if you got rid of it. And then lastly, I wanted to talk about if you're struggling, with the 2020 rule. So now you've heard it, and hopefully you maybe with the examples can see some ways to apply it to your life, but you still might be struggling. Like, I don't know, I can't get rid of things. So there's a couple things to think about. One thing is you might be a collector, and there are always going to be some people, who collect more than others. So I think just beginning to build that insight and awareness about yourself and acceptance. And it's very interesting. They've done research on people who collect things and have learned that they see the value in everything, right? So I might say, oh, this isn't valuable, like, oh, it's just a koozie. But someone else might say, oh, that has a lot of value. I could do this with it. I could do this. They see a gift for other people. I could, craft with it, whatever. They just see the opportunity. So recognizing that that is true, and there is opportunity, which is why I love to donate, not just throw away. So I think there is a lot of opportunity for second life for the items that we have that we no longer want. Just because you don't want to throw it away doesn't mean that you have to keep it inside of your house. The other suggestion that I would make is to phone a friend. We all remember the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or, millionaire game show. So phone a friend, kind of get that outside of perspective. Like, hey, I was thinking about getting rid of this thing or, these things, or sending a photo. And what do you think? Other people are going to be able to help say, oh, yeah, that's not a big deal. Or like, oh, that's your high school yearbook. You might want to keep that, which would be a sentimental item. The last thing I was going to say is that if you're still struggling, it might be also time to get that outside perspective or outside help, right? So that could be the time to bring in a professional organizer or a third party, kind of neutral third party who can help say like, hey, that's a item, just in case item that we can let go of using the 2020 rule. And the really last thing I wanted to say is that just choosing 3 items to let go of using the 2020 rule, and you just have to do it. Sometimes we get so caught up thinking about what to do and caught up in the decision-making process, but really you just have to start. And as you let go of things and realize, hey, I didn't miss that, I don't need it, that's going to build your confidence for future decluttering and decision-making. So just starting with a couple things that you feel like, maybe let's start with these, try to begin there.